Death of a Unicorn review, guys. Get right to it. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I am your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
Up, Angela, that Kelly Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. You know what to do, guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to us on our Alamo City Movie Talk page. And thank you for making us a part of your day. But let's get right to it. Angela, what are we talking about today to start off the week? By the way, thank you, Regal Cinemas, guys, to give us early access for this movie. I'll give you a hint. It's an A24 film, and we got back-to-back A24 movies this coming week. And yeah, I'm really, really excited. This is the best experience since late November, early December, when we started getting all the movies that were starting to pump out for the award season. So I've been in a little rut, but now I'm excited because we're getting more and more premieres. But anyways,
yeah, March Madness is definitely in swing.
Yeah.
But yes, we are reviewing A24's Death of a Unicorn.
Yeah.
So father-daughter duo Elliot and Ridley hit a unicorn with their car and bring it to a wilderness retreat of a mega wealthy pharmaceutical CEO.
Mm-hmm.
So Ryan started us off. A24. I know we kind of were going into this blind. We didn't really see like a trailer, really know much about this kind of film or what kind of type of film it was.
Yeah.
But I know you had seen some of the headliners, obviously Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd, and then A24. That's kind of what sold us. So what were your first thoughts, having seen this film?
Yeah, so I do want to shed light into it as well. This made its worldwide premiere at South by Southwest, which we did not attend. I was in Austin about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago by now. And so I gotta say, the first reaction, instant reaction, the first word that comes to mind is unusual.
Even the title.
Paradox.
The titles.
This movie is really, really out there, and it's really out there for its own good. There's a mythological creature behind it, right? Fairy tale creature, whatever you want to call it. Yes, it is a unicorn and everything, and you get into that premise, but then you think it's gonna go one way. It actually goes into a dark, horrific comedy that's really, really lighthearted at times, which it doesn't really work. But it's weird because a lot of movies now, when it comes to horror films, when it comes to like the audacity of breaking genre barriers, that's what this movie does. And I feel like that moviegoers and filmmakers have really, really exceeded. There's no boundaries with filmmaking, and this is the reason why I talk about movies. These movies like this are the reason why I talk about films, and the reason why I just wanted to start a YouTube channel was because of movies like this. Because yes, you could do horror, but then the lightheartedness is just like, it flows very natural. There's a lot of comedy moments in here, which I'm not a fan of comedy moments when it comes to serious moments or it comes to like action thrillers and all that. I feel like it, especially when it comes to overbearing, whatever. But I gotta say though, it's a very good film, and I was very, very entertained. I was laughing a lot.
Sure. For a comedy, you were laughing a lot.
Yeah. But what are the standout roles here, or the standout characters? Or person, really. Of course, everyone knows Paul Rudd is phenomenal, A-list actor. Jenna Ortega, we know her from a lot of up and coming and everything, and so we know her from a lot. The world knows her from Wednesday and other stuff. And so the other, which I've been a fan of ever since he started his career, and we've seen him play these teenage roles and everything. But Will Poulter.
Yeah, Will Poulter, he's so funny. Like he has. Oh my God. I know We the Millers when he was just this young kid. And then to see him transform today, he's great. All of the cast is great. I know there's Richard E. Grant.
Yes.
I think Leah Leone.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of familiar faces. Even Anthony Carrigan.
What did you think of the movie in general?
I agree. It's out there.
Yeah.
The premise is out there. But, it kind of sucks you in because even though it's something crazy outlandish, like I say, a mythological creature such as a unicorn, you kind of see, how do you say, it kind of has real world implications, because I feel like if something like this were to be discovered in our current day and time, something like that would happen. Like you see like the greed and like the corporation side kind of set in on what happens. I mean, we won't give away too much, but it kind of has like that realism to it, which I really enjoy. And I agree with you, it is supposed to be a dark comedy / horror thriller.
Yeah.
It could be a little tricky sometimes to kind of throw comedy in there, but it absolutely worked for this film.
Yeah.
I think it had hilarious moments. Again, Will Poulter, so funny. Anthony Carrigan, also very funny. they were all, everyone was just great. You know, it was really cool to see a lot of these familiar faces. I was thrown for a loop. I thought it was going to go kind of one way, but you know, it surprised me, and I will say I appreciate the effort that went into animating and these unicorns, because they looked really cool. I'm not gonna lie, they did. They looked pretty cool.
And that's the thing too. It's hard to sell. Going to the unicorns and everything. I know you said it. For me, I wasn't a fan of the CGI.
I was.
I wasn't.
I didn't make him scary.
For me, it felt a lot of moments where like it wasn't done properly when it comes down to like what I mean by that. I mean by like pixelate. It just didn't feel as real as I wanted to be. But that's just me nitpicking out of stuff. So regardless though, and it seems like I saw a few reviews, and a lot of it has to do with that a little bit. And I'm just like, well, I get it.
You have a studio that doesn't spend hundreds of millions of dollars on a budget. Like they've always been notorious for having a low budget film, and it works. You know, I feel like a lot of people who go into in A24 films should expect quality, even though they might not have the much money to throw on animations and graphics. It makes up for in story. I feel like people should be okay with that. And
the film really, I mean, it kind of alludes to satire where like it attempts like eat the rich, if you will, in so to speak. I mean, it kind of alludes to that, and I was just like, okay, what? And I saw a couple of reviews that were like, oh, this is what it's like a satire. It's a bigger message than what we've seen. Well, yeah. And I get that, I get that. But for me, it's just, yes, the CGI wasn't as good as I expected. But again, it's A24 still. But that didn't ruin the movie for me. I felt like that Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega's chemistry, their tone shifting from the beginning of the film towards the end, really kept me entertaining. It was entertaining. It really was, and I was pleasantly surprised at the outcome of it. But hey, Paul Rudd's an A-list actor. He is phenomenal in everything he's done.
And he still is not aging. I don't know what he's doing.
Man, yeah. We saw a little bit of white hairs, but man, he still looks good, man. He still looks good.
But
and then we go back to where who the heck? Okay, I'm gonna say it right now, and I know Angela's gonna be like, "What the hell?" Is that what kids dress? Because Jenna Ortega plays not even a 21-year-old, because they made a joke. You're not even 21, so she's a teenager. And she don't even, I mean, to me, she doesn't look like a teenager to me. That's just me. But the way she dresses like I didn't like her costume. I'll say that. Wardrobe or whatever. Yeah, I did not like.
I mean,
we were making fun of it. We're like, is that what kids dress like?
Yeah, that, it's more like not making fun of, but just understanding. Like I don't remember us dressing like that when we were angsty teenagers. That's it. It is what it is. But it didn't distract me from the film. It didn't take away from the film for me. But like I don't.
No, it didn't. But I was just like,
girl. I'm sorry, but
I think it's just the fact that we've seen Jenna Ortega have just how do you say play.
She's so beautiful.
Yeah, and it's just it's really. Crowded by by better costumes out there, right? And we'll see that
wardrobes, hair, makeup, sure. I guess you can point that out, but I will say,
but that's me nitpicking. I want to say
token though. I will commend the hair, makeup, and styling of Will Poulter, because his character is supposed to be like a douche, and it was like to a T. It was funny, and I think that's what added to his character. It was just great.
And the shorts that he was wearing, they were all like up, and then I was like, I don't think I'm supposed to be wearing trunks for this wardrobe.
With like a Steve Jobs turtleneck. Oh my god, it was again on point, and it was just everyone was just so great. So funny.
And then also we talked about, I think you mentioned it, of course, was the executive producer was the same director, from Midsommar, Hereditary. So we got those same elements in here, kind of a little touched up a little bit.
And bit of horror in it. Because it really boils down to a horror-ish genre with unicorns.
I'm going to say this, though. Call me insane. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it at the very, second act of this movie. It felt almost, not quite, but felt almost like a Steven Spielberg horror movie. He's never made a horror movie, but I think of something with to do with creatures, like, because he does Jurassic Park, whatever, E.T., it's just, I could go on and on about Steven Spielberg, but if you were, he's never done a horror movie. I don't know why, but if it was making any, if there was a way for him to make a horror. I think this will become close to it, at least because of the lightheartedness, and I feel like that it felt very Jurassic Parkery,
like creature.
Okay, when they're chasing the unicorn, it felt like Jurassic Park, and I was just like, oh my god, it was like a little bit of that and a little bit of zazz. Like it just,
like I said, there were a lot of magical moments on here that worked really, really well. I really enjoyed it. Again, who would have thought that I'd be enjoying a horror unicorn story?
and again, we talk about it a lot here in the Movie Talk studio. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does. It works marvelous. It really does. But then sometimes it doesn't really. And when the jokes are every 5 seconds and they don't make sense to the story, let's just put a joke here. This felt like it was written where it was not like, hey, we got to put something here. It was more, it flowed very normal and everything. And hey, maybe let's give credit when it's due. Of course, it's the writers, of course, 100%.
Yeah, written and directed by Alex Scarfman.
Yeah, Scarfman, man.
So again, I think he had a really simple storyline.
Yeah.
I really want to know where that came from. Like I could just imagine the conversation like, hey guys, let's do a horror but with unicorns. Like I love the idea. I really would like to have been part of that conversation.
I don't know. I mean,
kind of formulate that.
Maybe he was high because that's what it. Because that's what it.
No, I will not go that way. I think the one. Some
type of drug here.
That I would say maybe that would be like the Sasquatch Sunset movie.
Oh.
Also by A24. I could see that.
That one. Yeah, cocaine. That one's. I don't know. Regardless,
this one, it was a really well thought out plot. The story was just so entertaining. It flowed very well. The cast was just so great, exceptional. I really, really give this props. It as weird as it is, it like you say, it works.
It does, and I feel like that the age that we're living in right now, it's crazy for me to say this, and I hate to say this, but give credit when it's due. TV's killing it right now with a lot of amazing TV shows right now. Mm-hmm. A lot of amazing TV shows. We're living in an age where they're fucking better than movies. Why? People are not seeing movies in the movie theater no more. They're just like, I'm just going to wait till streaming, or two, TV shows are just way better. And in fact, they are. That's how pissed off I am. I moved my mic, dropped mic, because of that. And we're living in an age like that, and it just sucks. But regardless of all that, I really enjoyed this movie. Everyone needs to go see this in a theater. And I feel like you need to go give it a chance because this movie is so good and it's really out there. It has no boundaries. And I feel like it touches up on a lot of relatable subjects, especially not just the rich, of course, just everything in general. The mythological creature of the unicorns. You ever want to see a unicorn go crazy or berserk and start killing people? Go see this movie. That's all I'm saying. But ratings 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest. So what are you going to give this rating?
Oh, it's hard. I would give it a solid 7.5 because I really, really enjoyed this film. Like I said, I think the cast was so great for a random horror thriller. It was done very well. Will this be the film for everyone? I don't think so. I do encourage people, like you say, move past the strangeness and give it a chance. And I really hope people do see it, like you say, in theaters, because I feel like that adds to the film. Because I feel like that's also, when you watch movies at home for the first time, especially, you can have a lot of distractions, and
100%.
I feel like just having the big screen, darkness, no phones, no distractions, it really adds to the experience. So
it really does.
I do agree. I think this one would be one for the movie theaters, to be fair. But I think it's solid 7.5 for me. Okay,
I'm gonna do probably a 7.8. I'm gonna do 7.8. I'm gonna tell you why. Because again, I'm nitpicking. I'm sorry. It's just the CGI. There's certain moments of the unicorns felt not there, and I'm nitpicking. Wherever the case may be. But I still enjoyed this movie. This movie is so good. A24. They've come a long way. Obviously, from Oscar movies, won Best Picture. They've done so much great. Their resume speaks for itself. We don't have to go on and about it.
And it always speaks to because they don't have to throw a big budget into it to make it successful. Exactly. It shows that a smaller studio that puts actual time into the story and the acting and the quality that pays off.
Exactly.
And I really appreciate the story. The studio is continuing to put out these really great films,
great original content. And that's the thing too, people, I hate it because people always complain, well, all they're doing is making remakes. Well, you got to be there for the originals. You complain about remakes, all they do is remakes and sequels. Well, guys, go see this movie. It's an original story. Go check it out. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela, that Cody Ange.
This is the Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Let us know in the comments down below. Questions for you guys. What do you guys think of this movie, Death of a Unicorn? Let us know in the comments down below if you're going to check it out. And if you did already, let us know what do you think of the film. See you at the movies, guys. Latest.